Hey bunnies, welcome to another Naked Sunday video. Before we begin, go ahead and grab yourself a drink. What I'm drinking is a screwdriver, which is just vodka and some orange juice. So pause this video if you need to, grab yourself a drink, come back, and let's talk. Alright, so for this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of being in a poly relationship. If you don't know what a poly relationship is, it's where one person has multiple partners, basically. Polyamory is where you're married. Polygamy is where you're dating, I think. I know I did this video already and I defined it, but if I'm not mistaken, that's what this is. Or polyamory is polyamory is marriage, polygamy is dating. And it could be one girl with two guys, or one guy with two girls, or multiple wives or multiple husbands, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so that is that. Now, the other day I made a tweet and it low-key was, roaming around the poly community, and today actually I got a tweet asking if they could share my tweets and tag me, and it was another poly page, and I was like, of course babes, share it, yes, love it. So I feel like what I said made sense, right? And I'm going to read said tweet to you right now. Please do not go into polygamy or polyamory so that your man will stop cheating on you. Just like monogamy, the poly lifestyle isn't for everyone, and I wish more people would let you all know that it's a real lifestyle and not because you want to, quote unquote, keep your man. So that's the first disclaimer I want to put out there. That, matter of fact, no, let me rephrase that. The reason why that tweet came about is because I saw another tweet that the girl said, you're so worried about your man cheating, you might as well just be poly. And to me, that makes zero sense, because while you're in a poly relationship, you can still get cheated on. Bringing in another person into your relationship is not going to solve the relationship problems that you already have. Okay, you two need to be on a good standing in the first place before you decide to bring somebody in. It has to be a mutual understanding, a mutual respect of each other, and figuring out what the third person's role is going to be within the relationship. Okay, just wanted to put that out there before we continued on with this video. Pros and cons of a poly relationship. Pros, you probably have more sex. I feel like if I were to introduce another person into the relationship, I'm going to be expecting more sex naturally. So so that for me is a pro. All right. A con is the same thing. The person's probably going to be expecting more sex. So you're sitting on the outskirts watching your person be intimate with this other person. If you're already in the wrong state of mind, if you're a jealous person or whatever the case is, that right there might be a con for you. Seeing your person with another person, whether it's another girl or another guy, if you're already naturally insecure, it's not going to work. Okay, if you're not okay seeing your person be intimate with somebody else, it's not going to work for you. That's your pro and that's your con number one. Number two, you're generating more income into the family. You're bringing in an extra set of income. You're bringing in more money into the fold. This is a huge pro, right? If you are already in a 50-50 relationship, you bring in a third person, everything is now divided into three. So, the bills are better covered. There's more food in the house. Responsibilities around the house are divided up even more, so that less pressure is on you to either provide or to do, or expectations are now lowered. Okay, a con, if you bring in this third person and they don't have additional income, that's more money coming out of the house. All right, this person, let's say it's a person like me who needs her nails and hair and all these lavish things in the world, that's more money coming out of your pocket to feed this person. That's more food coming out of the house. Let's say this person isn't a cooker or a cleaner, right? That's more workload for you. That's more laundry to do. That's more household chores in general, right? So that's your con right there. Your pro and your con number two. A third pro, okay, so let's say you're already happy with your one person, you bring in a second person, you're even happier, you're a bigger family, you're enjoying each other, you enjoy each other's company. Let's say you guys were friends from before. Let's say you guys had many, you guys probably had threesomes before and it was so amazing. You decided to, you know what? How about you be our official girlfriend? You be our official boyfriend. Whatever the case is, you are now, you know, closing the fold. You're not trying to invite random people into your house, into your bed. You have one set person who, you know, you love on and you care for, and they love on you and they care for you. That's your pro number 3. Your con is your family looking on your new family. That's your mother, your father, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your grandparents, your friends. You have to deal with the judgment and the stigma and the lack of knowledge and lack of awareness of what a poly relationship entails. A poly relationship compared to a mono relationship, right? You have to deal with, let's say you 3 of you go out to dinner, or you go out to the mall, or whatever, you decide to hold hands, or you decide to kiss, or, you know, whatever the case is, any type of PDA, you have to be, you're going to be more aware, or you're going to be cast with more judgment than you were before, because it's not seen or not known as, you know, a normal thing. It's not the norm, right? Yes, there are some people who are going to be happy for you and excited for you, but the majority are going to look down upon you and chastise and pass judgment. So that's your con number 3. Okay, here's another good one. Let's say you and your partner, okay. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one involves kids. So let's say you and your partner have children, and the third you're bringing in either has a child already, which is great, and don't want any more, or wants to have more kids and you're open to having more children, or doesn't have any kids and doesn't want any more kids and doesn't mind you having yours already and established, you know, lots of tots, right? That's great. On the downside, let's say they don't want any more kids and you want more kids, but you really want to be with this third person, right? Or let's say they have kids, you have kids, introducing your kids into that new lifestyle. You get where I'm coming from? Like, how do you explain to your children, okay, mommy now has a new husband and a new wife, you know? So that right there is where the tricky part comes in when you have children, because with them, they don't understand, just like adults, they don't understand. And then it's like, do you want to even put them in a situation where their young, fragile minds are trying to understand the new situation, and then let's say the relationship doesn't work out, what mindset does that put them in? And it's, yes, you know, kids are growing, they're learning, it's a different world, and it's a case of the same way the majority sees monogamy as the norm. Kids grow up being taught that monogamy is the norm. Same thing with heterosexual sexuality and homosexuality, or pan, or whatever the case is. I feel like being poly is more optional than your sexual orientation, right? And if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section. But I feel like you're choosing that lifestyle over. But then again, if you're surrounding your children with love, I don't think they're going to be upset or confused or whatever. The only way their minds would be warped by it or be confused or even struggle with it is if people from the outside looking in say certain things to mess with their heads. Because again, like I said, once they're surrounded by love, they're in that little love bubble with you and your new couple, they should be good, right? Maybe. So that's one thing to think about. That's both a pro and a con that needs to be discussed and thought about before jumping into your poly relationship. I hope I explained that okay. And that's it. Those are my 4 pros and 4 cons for being in a poly relationship. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comment section below. If I should have explained something or said something that I didn't say, if I was wrong in anything, if you feel like I was wrong, if you're in a poly relationship and you want to school me on anything, I'm all ears. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, peace sign and kissy face. Bye.